We have Scott Phelps. He's the head football coach of the Harrisburg Eagles. Thank you, Coach Phelps, for taking the time to speak with us about your team. How's things going so far this summer for your practices?
Well, so far so good. Tough for us summer-wise because a lot of our kids work on the farm, so we don't see a lot of them until football starts. But we've had a good start. We got some good things going. We got a lot of kids out. We're up in numbers, so we can't complain.
Excellent. Last year, 9-2. Your two losses were against two really good teams in very close games. You got first place in the Pac West. This season, you're in a new league. I believe it's called the Mountain Valley Conference.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about the new league name. Some of the teams are the same, some are new.
Yeah, we bring back Pleasant Hill and Cresswell, which is good. And then we pick up Glide, Lapine, and Coquille. And there's some good teams there. We're excited about it. You know, we lose some tough competition with some of the private schools from the north. You know, so that a lot of people think it'll make it easier. I don't necessarily think it'll make it easier. You know, the state is pretty competitive, so I think it's gonna play itself out. And you know, we're hoping that we can do well in that conference. It's a little bit more travel time, but I think our kids are up to the challenge.
Now you've got a really tough road schedule at Cascade Christian to also at Sandy Am to start the season. At Pleasant Hill, long road trip late in the year to Lapine. The Eagles are going to have to play well on the road this season.
We are, and we're focused on taking care of the details that create success for us. And you know, a couple of losses last year, we felt like they were more due to our own personal mistakes and not things the other teams did to stop us. You know, we stopped ourselves. But we were a young, inexperienced team last year, and only graduated 4. So you know, we feel like this conference will be a good challenge for us. We feel like we can be competitive, and if things go well, we hope to make a return to the playoffs.
So can you tell us some of your athletes who have stood out during the summer practices and early on so far in this season? You were a young team last year, and in some ways you're still kind of a young team.
Yeah, you know, we kind of go both spectrums. We've got a good group of seniors back with Hunter Jeldon, Logan Nausen, Gus Isom came down from Central Lynn 2 years ago and was ineligible last year, but he's with us this year. And you know, some other good kids, Brandon Laney and Shane Bearden. You know, so we've got a good senior core that's got good playing experience, and then we back them up with a few good juniors, but then a really deep sophomore class, and that's where Tell Jones at quarterback and Hunter Knox at tailback and Zach Phelps at defensive back. You know, give us a lot of good kids. Joey Knox at linebacker. You know, we're going to play a lot of sophomores. We're going to be very, very deep in the rotation, both as starters and a lot of playing time from that group.
I want you to complete this sentence for me if you can. I'm going to put you on the spot here. The Harrisburg Eagles will have a successful season if... Go ahead and finish that sentence.
Yeah, if they focus on what they're capable of. We teach the kids to don't worry about winning or losing, just simply go out and play the best that you can. And that's our focus week to week. Because if everybody goes out and does their assignment, we reduce the mistakes that cost us, that we're in control of, then we'll be fine, and we'll have a good season. We'll have a season to remember, and you know, we'll hopefully go fairly deep in the playoffs like we did last year, and maybe even a little further.
One final question here before we let you go. There's been some changes with the OSAA regarding the number of practices and how many practices and pads and the targeting rule. How has that those rule changes impacted you and your staff as far as how you practice?
Not a bit.
Not a bit? Okay.
We actually started with doing doubles every other day last year. So that didn't hurt us at all. The 3 days a week of contact we did last year because we always have a recovery day on Wednesdays, and so we're not in pads anyway, so we don't have any contact there. So we're used to the system already. As far as the targeting and the contact stuff, we try and teach the kids to tackle below the shoulders. Between the knees and the armpits is what our focal point is. We did that last year. And it's a major, emphasis for us this year, even more so than last year. But we started teaching all of that last year, knowing that this was coming. So there really isn't anything major in terms of that. It's going to be more of adjusting to how the officials call it.
Okay. Well, one last question then. I thought of one more. You focus a lot on getting your kids bigger, stronger, faster, and preparing mentally and physically. What have you and your coaches done during the off season to improve your coaching staff, your style? What kind of things do coaches do professionally to get better?
Well, we met every month to talk football operations and things, and evaluate the offense and the defense and the personnel to make sure that what we're doing matches the kids that we have. And that's a big thing. And then we went to coaching clinics and stuff. We split up and went to different clinics and, tried to learn information and bring that back and, kind of chew on it and see, how that would impact us a little bit in terms of our blocking scheme and, how we do things and operate. And I think we had a great off season. Our coaches stayed in touch all year, and we even took a weekend retreat up to the mountain and spent a whole weekend together going over every detail of the offense and defense and special teams to try and prepare for everything back in May, so that we got to jump on everything and it wasn't a last minute type preparation for us.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Scott Phelps, head coach, Harrisburg Eagles. Good luck this season.
Thank you.